Hi everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios. And do you see that date? It is the 30th day of our 31 days of Halloween doing October Daily MemoryDex style. We are almost through with these 31 days and I've had so much fun. I hope you've played along too, or at least been inspired. Today we are featuring Edgar Allan Poe. Now I gotta tell you, I was watching Lottery Dream Home the other night, and they were in Richmond, Virginia, and I did not know that that was where Poe was from. I also did not know that there is a Poe museum in, I believe it was in Richmond. He was quite an interesting man. I recommend checking out the poemuseum.org, and I have that on the MemoryDex card. There's some really cool information about him. He had trouble finding his focus. He was in the military for a while. He was in the University of Virginia for a while. He just couldn't find his place in life. And I think a lot of us go through that. And I thought, while he was a troubled soul in a lot of ways, and what he wrote was dark, I think a lot of it came from his rough childhood and finding out, being away and coming back to find out that his fiance's parents encouraged her to marry someone older and wealthier. So he lost the love of his life. Lots of things culminated into what he poured into his work. So, what are we doing for Edgar Allan Poe today? Well, I started with this paper from Monster Bash, and I cut it out so that I had this tree here because, you know, the raven, tree, gotta have them. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this into place. And you can see where my low-tack tape actually tore my paper. So I'm covering it up on the inside. I gotta do my scribble. Gotta do my scribble. So if you are a fan of poetry, if you are a troubled soul, whatever the case may be, I encourage you to look up the Poe Museum. And you'll get all kinds of links if you just put in Edgar Allan Poe, Virginia. You'll get some lots of good links. I'm going to go ahead and trim this out. Probably don't need to, but you know, it's the OCD in me. I spent yesterday making two pillows, throw pillows for my sofa. And as I lay in bed last night, I decided that I needed a ruffle on the valance that I had made for over my couch. So I've got things to play with today. Okay, the next thing I did was I went in and I found book titles for Poe on the internet. And these are, there's 4 of them here. I thought I had 4 of them. Maybe not, just the 3. I have The Raven, of course, The Telltale Heart, and a book about Edgar Allan Poe from, I can't read that fine print, but it's there. Annabelle Lee, I believe. So the other thing I did was I went in and I found this stamp set. It's Frightful Tags, and it had a tree, and I'm using this tag die for this. So I cut the tree out, and it's almost identical to the one that's on the paper. I thought that was really cool. Now, before I glue that in place, I need to edge my folder. And then I'm going to talk about the books that I made. Whoa, that is really thick there. Let's see if we can trim that down. There we go, close enough. Okay, so I'm going to go through and dust this edge with the black so it blends into my black background a little more. think my sponge has about seen better days through this 31 too. It's starting to get a little rough around the edges. Okay, so the next thing I did was I took those and I made little books by folding a piece of black cardstock and forming a spine and sandwiching a piece of fun foam on the inside. All it took. That simple. And then I'm going to go ahead and position these. Oh, wait a minute. We got to do the tree first. Got to do the tree first. Get ahead of myself. And I think I better put my cheaters on. I'm finding I'm using my cheaters for the detail stuff a lot more. But we're going to go ahead and see if we can get glue out of here. Maybe not. We may be done with that tip. I'm going to have to come back and clean that one out, I think, or switch this over to a different bottle, new tip. There we go. I'll bet that worked. I'll bet that worked, because I felt it give. There we go. I want to use this fine glue because I want to get down on some of these tree limbs. Because I don't want them catching on stuff. Now, I had said that I was going to do a flip through and a premiere on November 1st. I am going to do it on November 2nd. Because today, after I make the video for tomorrow's MemoryDex card, I'm spending the day cleaning off my work table and setting it up as a writing space. I'm going to hold that down in place for just a second. And we'll come back and take care of that. Now I'm going to go ahead and put Poe down here in this bottom corner. And I'm just swirling the glue on the back of the book. So instead of a actual hard element on this, I am trying to decide if I want to pop that up. I don't think I do. I am doing the dimensionals with these books, and I'm going to slide Poe just a little bit so this will fit in here just above that. But I do have to make the box that these need to go in, and I can clear off the work table and do that and be okay and be ready to start writing again on November 1st on an actual deck. I'm going to slide the book over here just a little bit more. Okay, and then I want to come back and I want to dimensionalize a bird sitting in the tree. And I am going to put it up on dimensional so he's really perched in that tree. So I'm bringing in my tiny dimensionals. Now this does have adhesive on the back, quite aware. But I want to pop him up on that tree. And we're going to perch him up here in the top of the tree. Just like that. And then we are ready for the final touch of putting our day 30 up here at the top. I always check to make sure I'm going the right direction. I've only messed up one during filming in this whole 30 days so far. So I've only got to make it one more day without any major mess ups. So there we have, let me get a piece of paper here so you can see this. Here is our day 30 MemoryDex card featuring Edgar Allan Poe and the Raven on our 31 days of Halloween doing October Daily MemoryDex style. Now if you've enjoyed this series, I've had people asking if I'm doing one for Christmas. I am not doing a full series for Christmas, but I am involved in I have been invited to participate in a 12 Days of Christmas. I will keep you posted on that. In the meantime, remember to like, to share, subscribe, and click the notification bell because you're not going to want to miss how this ends up. Creative blessings.